Today, I'm going to tell you a very fun little story, The Messy Kitten. Once upon a time, in a happy little house with blue windows and a bright red roof, there lived a very special kitten. His name was Pingo. Pingo was a tiny white kitten with 3 little black spots on his fluffy paws. His nose was pink, and he loved rubbing it on everything. The house was called the House of Bright Colors. It had a cheerful garden filled with flowers of every color you can imagine. Pingo loved to play. A lot. He jumped, he rolled, he ran super fast. Everything was a toy to Pingo. A round little ball? A toy. A falling leaf? Another toy. He was very, very curious. And just a tiny bit messy. But it was the fun kind of messy. The kind that comes from exploring and discovering the world. One very sunny day, Pingo was walking around the big living room. The room had soft cushions everywhere. Suddenly, he saw something shiny. What was that? It was a ball of yarn. A giant ball of yarn. It had all the colors. Blue like the sky, red like an apple, yellow like the sun. Pingo blinked his curious little eyes. "Meow," he said softly. The yarn ball was very still, but Pingo couldn't resist, not at all. He gave a tiny jump, plink. His paw touched the yarn. The ball started to roll. It rolled and rolled. Pingo thought it was so much fun. He ran after it, faster and faster. The yarn began to unravel. Blue yarn over here, red yarn over there. Yellow yarn wrapped around the strong table leg. Green yarn caught on the soft curtain. Purple yarn made a pile on the shiny floor. The living room turned into a big, colorful mess. It looked like a yarn party. Pingo laughed. Meow, meow. He jumped over the colorful strings. It was so much fun. But suddenly, Pingo stopped. He looked for his little mouse, his favorite stuffed mouse. Where was Bouncy Mouse? Pingo looked on the cushions. Meow. Not here. He looked under the table. Meow. Not here. The room was very messy. So much yarn everywhere. Pingo felt sad. His little blackberry eyes became a bit watery. He missed his Bouncy Mouse. Where could it be? Pingo looked at the mess. There was yarn everywhere. He couldn't see anything. So he decided to go outside to the garden and think for a while. Outside, the sun was shining brightly. Butterflies were flying happily. There were blue butterflies and yellow butterflies too. Pingo saw Mrs. Owl sitting on a high branch. Mrs. Owl was very wise. Meow, Pingo said softly. Hello, Pingo. Why the sad little face? Asked Mrs. Owl in her calm voice. Pingo explained everything. Meow, I made a mess, a colorful yarn mess, and I lost my Bouncy Mouse. I can't find it. Ah, Pingo, Mrs. Owl blinked slowly. Sometimes a mess hides treasures. To find them, we need to tidy up. A place for everything. Why not try? Pingo thought about her words. Tidy up. The yarn looked like a big yarn monster now, but he really wanted his Bouncy Mouse back. So Pingo went back inside. The mess looked even bigger. Blue yarn, red yarn, yellow yarn everywhere. But he remembered Mrs. Owl's wise words. He took a deep breath. Meow, he said bravely. He started pulling the yarn. First the blue yarn. He rolled it up a little. Then more and more. A small blue ball. Then the red yarn. Roll, pull, roll. A red ball. Then the yellow yarn. A yellow ball. Pingo was working very hard. Slowly, the room began to clear. He rolled up the green yarn, then the purple yarn. The mess was getting smaller and smaller. Finally, Pingo pulled the last little piece of yarn. It was behind the big, soft sofa. He pulled and pulled. And then, what did he see? There it was, Bouncy Mouse, hiding and waiting. Pingo jumped with joy. Meow, meow, meow. He grabbed his little stuffed mouse and hugged it tight. He was so happy. He had done it. He cleaned up the mess and found his friend. Pingo learned a lesson that day. It's very good to have a place for everything, and cleaning up can be an adventure too. With a little help from Mrs. Owl and a lot of courage, Pingo made the house of bright colors beautiful again, and Bouncy Mouse was safe in his fluffy arms. And that was the story of Pingo, the messy kitten who learned how to organize. See how clever he was? Cleaning up is always a good idea. You might even find amazing things that were hiding. If you enjoyed the story, you know what to do. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new stories. A big hug, and see you in the next story. Bye-bye.